Scrimmage 1 is in the books. It's complete. Josh Heupel has met with the media. What stood out today? Which quarterback looked the best? What happened along? Who are some guys that stood out as well? Which side won the day? And we'll discuss here in a minute. Make sure you hit the like, the share, and that subscribe. It is free to join the channel. Quarterback competition is underway. That's going to be what all eyes were on today based on the reports I've read out here. The media were not in attendance, but I know families were there. From what I know, former players can attend as well. So, there's some notes getting passed out on it. But let's get into it. Quarterback. Some of you have said this in the comments. You've told me we should not discount this guy. From the reports, from the eyewitness observations, again, I wasn't there, wished I was, George McIntyre was the accurate and best quarterback on the day. Now, it said most of his work was against the 2s and the 3s, but production is production with it. It said that Joey Aguilar was the second most accurate of the day. Joey Aguilar also had a pick 6 today, where he threw a pick 6 to Colin Brazel, brother of Chris Brazel. So Colin Brazel took advantage of an opportunity because there were 4 corners out today, and I don't think Boo Carter practiced with the defense either. It said Boo was fielding punts, but read something to the extent of not with the defense. But it said Aguilar was the second most accurate today. I don't know what that means, though. Is that a good thing or was it a bad thing? Was he, from what I've seen, the quarterbacks were a little off, and it said Jake Merklinger, and I quote from what I read, said he had a rough day today. It did say he hit Deshaun Bream on like a bootleg touchdown, but it said other than that, he had a pretty rough day today. So where are we at moving forward with it? Does this change things and put George McIntyre more in the conversation? Because I feel like he's kind of been a forgotten dude right now. It's really kind of been Aguilar and Merklinger. But, man, if McIntyre, when the lights are coming on, is producing, I don't think you take that lightly if you're Tennessee, and especially, if it comes out, he gives you the best chance to win. I've said it from the get-go. I don't care who wins it. Put in the guy who does it best. Some of you in the comments have told me on the videos like it should be George McIntyre. He's the best. We'll see. We'll see if they adjust how the reps are given. If, from what I've seen, McIntyre's not been getting much first-team reps, so could they change things up a little bit? I don't see why you don't if the other 2 guys are having some struggles. If it's a true open quarterback competition and all 3 guys are truly in contention, let them all 3 cook and see who the chef really is in that. Not a surprise here from what I've seen, but the VolQuest observations, they did say that based on what they were told, the defense did win the day. I would be surprised if they didn't. If somebody would have said the offense won today, I would have been really surprised on that. But with that said, it said that Tennessee ran the football really well today, and a guy we keep hearing the name of is Star Thomas. Pete Nakos yesterday in his article, and I talked about it in my Practice 7 takeaways, he said based on his sources, he'd heard a lot of good things about Star Thomas, and that guy was carving out a role in that offense. I think you got 3 really good running backs, really solid running backs with Deshaun Bishop, Peyton Lewis, and Star Thomas. That's not even to mention DeJuan Morris and Justin Baker. What's their potential? I hadn't heard much on Baker, but heard a lot of good about DeJuan Morris too. Solid backfield that they have. And, those guys still have multiple years of eligibility left too. And hopefully you add a Savion Hyder to that next year. Man. But Star Thomas, Brent Hubbs put out today that one of the guys he heard about standing out was said Star Thomas took advantage of his opportunities and had a good day today. And again, the VolQuest guys said the offensive line did a good job blocking Sam Pendleton, scrimmage some, but that's one. Deshaun Bream, I mentioned earlier, apparently he had a touchdown. Said looks like he had a good day, and they're really praising him for being a good player. I'm curious to see how this team could use Deshaun Bream, because I think that I've said it. I wonder if you could put a package in, put him out wide down to goal line. Is there a way you could put him in a slot? He's going to be a mismatch for a linebacker for the most part. Is there something you could do there? I like, and again, I've heard nothing of this. This is my thoughts on it. But you line up him, and Ethan Davis out wide in the red zone. If you put the ball in the right place, a corner cannot compete with their size with it. Again, that's my thought on it. We'll see if they do it or not. I've heard nothing that they will. But, man, if you've got that much talent at tight end, we know Miles Kitselman's solid. He didn't scrimmage today. Ethan Davis, we've been waiting. A ton of potential there with him. Same with Bring. You got talent on it. Jack Van Dorseleer didn't scrimmage today. Apparently Cole Harrison did. I didn't see him on the injury report for today. I'm having trouble getting my words out here. I didn't see him on the injury report for guys not practicing today. But again, defense, it said no surprise, got the better of the offense. I don't know if it was domination by any means, but that's what it said. And guys that stood out, and they're doing nothing to temper the expectations. Edwin Spillman, again, said it was making plays. I think this guy is a game changer on the defense this year. I feel like he would have played more last year if not for being injured. Keep him healthy going in, especially on passing downs and stuff. I think this dude's a game changer. I really do on it. I think Arion Carter and Jeremiah T. Lander are both solid linebackers and will do good. I think a guy like Edwin Spillman, possible Jaden Harmon, Jaden Perlotti, those type guys who can cover in space, who will knock the piss out of you. That's what I'm looking for there. I don't need a choir boy. I'm not saying we have those, but Edwin Spillman, man, is just – I think he's big time. Well, it said Caleb Herring had a good day today. That's a dude that when I said my guys to watch, I named Herring and Edwin Spillman. I'll link that video at the end if you have not checked that one out. This was a couple of weeks ago. But as far as injuries today, 4 corners were out. Some, no surprise. Jermod McCoy didn't scrimmage. Ricky Gibson, I mean, he's been out all week, so no surprise. William Wright and Ty Redmond. I wasn't aware of Ty Redmond. Seemed like he would have had some opportunity today, so not sure what the reason he didn't scrimmage was. Joshua Joseph still out. Christian Gass still out. Chris Brazel, Braylon Staley both out. Kitselman didn't scrimmage. He's been practicing, but no contact jersey. Jack Van Dorseleer out. Brian Grant, offensive lineman, out. And then Jeremiah T. Lander did not scrimmage today as well. So some of your younger corners got some opportunity today. Sounds like a good thing because I know Colton Hood was out, so with him not listed. Now, they did say that there could be others not listed on this as well, but Colton Hood, Jalen McMurray, opportunities, the safeties, all these guys along the way. So where does this team go from here? The positives today, sounds like this team ran the football, and that might be what we see a lot of this year. It may be a similar offense to what we've seen the last couple of years. And, the biggest thing is we got to have quarterbacks who can process and get rid of the football. And, I think the one thing with Joey Aguilar, I think he can do that, but does he get rid of it in the wrong places? If he threw a pick 6 today, I mean, that's been one of the concerns. Can he fix that? Because quarterbacks in Heupel's offense, since he's been at Tennessee, no quarterback has thrown for more than 5 picks in a year so far. Where do they go from here? I'm curious to see if they adjust the reps and get McIntyre some more first-team reps, or if they're pretty much set on it'll be Aguilar or Merklinger. There's playmakers in the backfield at running back. These young wide receivers are benefiting from Brazel and Staley being out. Did say that Mike Matthews practiced today, but your 4 freshmen, of course, redshirt freshman Amari Jefferson, Travis Smith Jr., Radarius Jackson, and Joakim Dotson, they're getting all the reps they want, and that's good for them. Some of the walk-ons, Trey Weary, Tommy Wentner, probably getting reps as well. Is anybody else working in there? I'd be curious to know about that. I've not heard of it so far. The defense winning the day, they should. They should win it, in my opinion. That's normally the norm for first scrimmages, is that the defense wins the day. And, again, I'm very high on this defense this year. I think from front to back, this is a very solid defense. There may be some questions at safety just from a prove-it standpoint. Not there's not talent there. I'm high on the linebackers. I'm high on Edwin Spillman. And that line, man, it is super deep again this year. And we'll see. We'll see. I don't think it's the end of the world by any means that maybe the quarterbacks didn't light it up today. And with a couple of your top wide receivers out, a couple of your tight ends out, not a big surprise, to be honest with you. And so we'll see where they go from here. But that's my takeaways on it. And I'm excited about this team. I'm high on this team. I think there's a lot of talent on this team. I think the trajectory of this program is very high right now. Maybe they take a step back record-wise this year. Maybe they go the same. Who knows? But I think as far as we are moving forward, good things are happening in Knoxville. This is Frank, House of Orange. You guys have a great rest of your Saturday. I'll see you when I see you.